Bonus. I don't know what they are looking for. They are trying to say finding was not an opportunity. That's what they had. That's the individual. That's what it's done. But I don't think that finding was not done in so like according to the when we are used to find. So for me, I can still do find. Very tough. I need to see that for the that mission is fighting. And they are also saying that you know saved they were joined in their partner company. Not set them in their not set them in the partner. So that last time they joined this meeting, they were joining their partner, not in their user. So they are the same matter. The motion for join that I'm fine. The next implemented. Did they oppose it? The point they are saying that for the business system would have been friendly and given. No, the other person is going to be tied and the defender amended it and that the president happy. So the law is the agenda. Okay. I get your point. I'm looking at the prayer for success training. Did you include also success in the prayer? That way. If you include that and praise, so you cover it. Also, that way. If you don't know it, I don't think it's going to be that way. You just provide us to that side. There's no. I'm saying what is so in this, why is it? First one, I don't know what you think. Not to do that. Filed by the This who said that the calculation date of filing account the commissioner for award.
Mackenzie went to court today for us.
Oh, he came in earlier on.
He came in.
They
Mackenzie
thanked me.
called me to ask me for a deed.
Wait, why is he going to wear bib?
He went to court now.
As what?
He represented the president and the court.
People have since when did you start that?
This came up now. They needed to.
So they couldn't engage.
Why would they engage a lawyer for that? They will go and waste the money that they will use to pay an SIT. Right? You go and pay 10 million where you're owing 6 million. So, Mackenzie was saying he was calling bid. He didn't call bid. So, it took me time. He said this is the way around his neck. So I said, is it like somebody who has. Anyway, it's already a long one. Maybe we got gone in 20 years. Forget it.
Is that why you took him to LSD to go and practice?
Well, we are really exposing him. They are engaging him. Engaging him. The chairman, one chairman went to Port Harcourt with. And this Nosas reply. Their father replied. They told him to return the car. He said he won't return. He's working on it. He has gone to court on NICIT. We are exposing him. Is it not good? Exposing.
So he came here yesterday,
Mm.
just before close of work.
Okay, that time. Well, okay, he said he was asking after you. Did he meet you?
Yes, he did.
What was it? Money.
Mm.
Maybe he didn't know how to ask. He
Mm.
was asking
So
whether
he didn't have money that way.
to go home. Is it like borrow?
Mm.
Hmm?
Mm.
Okay, then you pay back.
What's that? I think 2,000.
Eh? I said how much? 20.
2K.
20.
2.
Is it 2,000 that you will repay? Eh?
I want to talk this for
He wants the top fuel of 2,000.
I was just wondering.
This guy's- Who buys fuel of 2,000? I won't watch it. It's funny. When I approach my neighbor, eh? Would you buy 2 liters of fuel to put in a Honda?
Now that you call the liter.
I'm telling you. Honda, not
I didn't think of it.
not Mazda, not like that Y120 that you can use 1 liter to run around. Honda. By the time you just go to get to that job, then
So I just told him, I don't have cash. So it's okay, I'll do a transfer. So as we're now talking, Chairman now started calling me.
Okay. I think he told me that someone even called you.
So my now called me, I was doing bank transfer. We about their cases for Monday.
Coming week.
Monday, I think they have not filed. And yesterday was the last day.
Mm.
Coming up on Monday. And I sent him 5,000. So they came this morning.
I even brought the beef now.
the subcon. Okay.
Please help me join and see if you can hear me. I want to see the question where no, I don't know your WhatsApp. Sakuku. Thanks. Sakuku Ali. Send. No, below brother. And Chibijo and the brother. Just want to be sure that I morning. Can you hear me? I think we have Olufemi Max. We have Ugo. Good morning. Can you hear me? Hello, Barrister Olufemi Max. Can you hear me? Hello. Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Thank you.
All right, you're welcome.
The director.
Wait. 。 .
Wait.
So the one we found is the one that shows as a main correction. So that's not what we submit to cases. We never submitted it. Yes, I had to, I amended the actual Word document. Like I redid the Word document, looking at the, yes, and the resolution, yes. So this thing that we're amending, these members were amending, is it that one I was supposed to amend there, but we couldn't finish? So what couldn't finish there? There was something we didn't have. Oh, yes, we needed a resolution that was signed. Something was needed. We never got something. Yeah. I'm saying that even after that, like, we said something about, oh, they are taking it, you have to check somewhere. Yeah. So if nothing else should be stopping us from doing it. If they amend the Word document now, you can be sent. Then I don't need it for now. I think trying to find it. Okay, that let's see.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, is that, oh. Oh, that's
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, everyone. So the purpose of this training is because of Lagos State Judiciary. As we can see on the flyer that was shared and the information that was shared for branch chairman, that the so also we're looking at the visual pictures that we have. The responsibility to work on cases before you can actualize what is being designed for. So previously, what we have is that before you can make payments, you have to upload your case document. So because of that, that has caused issue in the judiciary presently. We have seen instances where you go to the commissioner for, because the commissioner will have to initiate your process first. Because for you to upload document, it has to be a court document, meaning they would have quoted that document without you paying. So, but it is expected that that same day you're supposed to scan your document, upload, and make payment, because we understand that payment is what validates your filing. But we have seen instances where we have seen lawyers that after they have initiated for them put the process, some of them led that process for 6 months. In fact, we had one instance, the person initiated and consulted for the person, I think, let's say the month of April or June thereabouts for that year. The person came the next year to come and continue the process. So we saw that lacuna. So decided to also rechange the payment process, meaning that what we will now have on the system that we have done, that we want to show before we go live on it, is payment will happen first before documents upload. So please permit me, I'm going to log in into the application. So this is this application we have presently. This application we are on presenting, I'm going to go to our training website. So whatever you've seen on this training website is not real in the real sense. We have the production environment where you still file your live case. People are still filing cases presently as we speak. So this is just a training website where we can show you the updates that we have on the GIS application. So we can see. So we can see just the way we have on the production environment, that if you go to the Lagos State website right now, you're able to see the same thing. So this is just a public notice. This is for us to get first-hand information once we visit the website. So I'm going to close this. So for every user on the system, they have their credentials. Now we have two categories of user. We have internal user and we have the external user. The internal user are categorized as the court staff, or all judicial worker, talking about from the CJ top down, while the external user are categorized as the legal counsel and any other customer that wants to file. Because we understand again that by law, it is not compulsory that you're a legal counsel before you can file your case by yourself. Those are the categories of user we have. So for this particular For this particular training, just for information, we have been able to train the internal user on what they're expected to do on these new changes. So the last phase is for we training the external user so that you too can see your responsibilities and know how to use the system going forward. So as an external user, we understand that we click GIS/e-file, and I'm saying what you are seeing right now is still what you have on the production environment that you are used to. You have your username for your law firm and you have your password. So I'm going to log in. So I'm going to log in as a legal counsel. As I said, this is a training website. So this is my username. I'm not a legal counsel. For the sake of this training, I'm a legal counsel. Please just follow. So we can see that I've logged into my profile, which is the same thing that you will see if you log into your profile right now. These are all what you have on your profile. So if you want to file a new case, you understand that for you to file a new case, you need to click Manage Suits. Like I said, these are not new information. These are what exists from the very onset when this application was developed in October and deployed October 2nd, 2013, which present, as I said, people are still filing. So I'll file a new suit to demonstrate this training, and also I'll file document to an existing suit, because those are the major two ways that we file. Either you are initiating a suit or you are joining a suit. So I'm going to start by filing a new suit. So I'll click Manage Suit. So after clicking Manage Suit, the system will give me this pop-up just for me to read and understand what I'm about to do. So I'm going to close this. So this is our filing page. On our filing page, the process starts with filing type. So we understand that in the IGO we have 3 major filing types, and they all have their classification. So the first one is civil. Under civil, I'll go to classification. I will see all other classification I can file under civil. We have general civil, we have land, we have commercial, we have family and probate, we have mortgages and revenue. Kindly ignore this. This is under motion presently. So I will show other filing type. For criminal, this one is filed by government agencies, e.g., EFCC, ICPC, the state of Lagos, when they are doing, because they do their filing just the way you do your filing by themselves. They select criminal. So criminal is just to government agencies that are filing criminal cases. While we now have the third filing type, which is motion. So under motion, we have fundamental human rights, meaning if you have a fundamental human right case, it will not go under civil, it will come under motion. Also, if you have a bill application, because we have seen instances where legal counsel, they are not government counsel. They want to file bill matter, they will go and select criminal. As I explained earlier, criminal is just exclusive to government agency filing criminal cases. So if you want to file a bill matter, you just select motion, then you select bill. So for those who are filing, granting leave to file for divorce, you understand all these terms because we are all professionals, you understand. So you select this. If it's a judicial review matter, you select. While this is an additional preemptive remedy application, these have not been implemented yet. But as I said, these are training websites where what we want to actualize on the production, you see here first before we implement on the production environment. So for the sake of this training, I'm just going to do a civil and family and probate matter. I believe that's fair enough. You understand all that classification. All right, so for that, after selecting my filing type and my classification, the next information I'm expected to provide, remember you are the legal counsel, customer has come to your chambers, you have interacted with them, you have all the required information. That's what the system assumes before you come to the system. You have this information. So I'm just going to assume a parties to this case. So Femi James versus Funke James. It's a divorce matter. I'll come to origin. Ask me just one option, newly filed. Now, if you observe these questions that we have here, these questions are only related to ADR matters. Now, the system also is configured to do a first screening before the screener that works in ADR do a screening. So if you answer these questions and the system has been designed in a way to pick the answers, and if it relates to ADR, the system automatically routes this case to the queue of the screener on the case flow. while the screener still has the final say over the case. Meaning the screener can still review it. And if it feels, no, this is something we cannot undo again, and wants it to go through the litigation route, the screener has that opportunity to do that on their profile. So for this is a divorce matter, so I might necessarily not need to answer those questions. So the next thing I will do is to enter state. For state is asking me for location where I'm filing from, and so I'm at Ikeja presently. I'll go to it. So for states, because we are also seeing instances where people will select states. The reason why I'm taking my time is that we also get complaints and we support users when you come to our office. We understand that some of the issues that you complain about that look so cumbersome is just because of knowledge gap. And that's why I'm taking my time to also explain to us. So we can see that first thing I will select is states. But we have seen instances after someone selected states, the person came here to, let me undo this. The person came to city. So if you don't select local government, the LGA, this city, you will not see any option here. So the first thing you select is what? Is state. Then the next item you select is LGA. Once you select the LGA, automatically, it now depends on how fast your internet is. You might select LGA and come here and see it still will not show you anything. It is not our fault. It is not as if our application is bad, because the application is a web-based application. Meaning if your internet is bad or is slow, it means it's still loading. So you just need to be patient for it to load. But you can see presently it has loaded for me. Then the next thing for me to fill is division. You can see we have all division listed. And this is why we say you can file from anywhere you are in the world. All the divisions are listed here. And you have all your information, even before you prepare your document or after you prepare your document, anyone that works for you. The fact is that the information is with you and not with us. You are the one filing. So I'm filing to Ikeja Division. I will select Ikeja Division. By selecting Ikeja Division, this system understands that by processing this case, it will go to the users, the internal users of Ikeja Division. Because we have seen instances also where somebody, when filing, although on the person's hard copy, the person prepared Ikeja, but when selecting this option, the person selected Lagos. So when you check your status update, it will tell you, oh, your PSA is in the key of the PSA. So you will go to Ikeja PSA because on your document it is Ikeja. Well, while you were filing, you already mistakenly selected Lagos. You know, your mind will not be there. So now, and the system is saying your case on the queue of the PSA. You now go to the PSA and the registry. PSA will check on that queue, say the case is not on my queue. The PSA is correct because you have selected a wrong division. But most times you will, this system is somehow is this. There's a way you can also check, and once you check, you can also escalate it yourself. And that's why if we see this chatbot, there's a chatbot here that allows us to interact with us within working hour. By this, it means you can report with the correct information and say, oh, my case, I wanted to file this case with Ikeja, but I mistakenly filed this case to Lagos. They pick that ticket, and the person responsible knows what to do, and the changes are made, meaning that you would have saved yourself time by instead of giving so many stories before the person understands what had happened. You have saved yourself time. So I selected the Ikeja Division. The next thing is for me to check the course of action. So what you see here are the lists of common course of action under family and probate. It does not mean this is all the course of action that might happen. We understand that law is very wide. So alternative that was provided is that should in case you look through all this course of action and you cannot find the course of action that relates to the case that you are filing, you can easily click this box, which is other course of action, and enter it by yourself. Remember I mentioned earlier is that we cannot have everything populated here. Do you understand? Because this is the filing so that it does not look so cumbersome. So, but for this matter, I'm filing a divorce matter. So it's here. I can easily select divorce. So the next information for me to enter is the claim/offense. The reason why we have this claim/offense is that for those filing criminal cases, meaning the state of Lagos, EFCC, is still the same filing page. You can see, so they only select different options. So for divorce matter, we understand that under divorce matter, you have other sorts. That's where your claims are. For writ of summons, you have your claims, you have different prayers. Sometimes you have like 4 declaration, 5 declaration, or 2 declaration, 2 orders. Also on your divorce, the cause of action also, or your claims rather, or the relief sought is also always listed on the notice of petition, if I'm correct. So those informations are there. You are expected to enter them one after the other. This first box signifies number one, meaning there's no need for you to type number one. So if you have more than 2 prayers, just click add more claim. The system recommends. Keep on. Even if you have more than 20, just, you see, it keeps on increasing. But as I said, you are the one filing. You understand what you are doing. You have the information with you. The system just make provision for what you can use in filing. So I'm going to cancel this for the sake of this training. I'm just going to use the solution of marriage. And I say for the sake of this training, you know your cause of action is listed already in your document. You get it yourself. So you enter them accordingly. If it is 4, and if a particular cause of action, let's say you have 4 cause of action, and the third one has monetary value. The third one has monetary value, so I'm just assuming here. So I'm assuming I have 2. I've entered the second one. The third one has monetary value. On the third one, when I enter the prayers for the third one, the monetary value will be captured here, where you have claim value. So let's say you are finding a writ of someone, and you have the special damages, 10 million. So when I put special damages in this box, I'll come and write the 10 million here in figure. Do you understand? And I'll come here and select the currency. So also the system provides us again with an info. But for this particular case, I'm just assuming those dissolution of marriage, they are not requiring any costs. Just let us cut justice. So let's just go our various ways. So also you're expected to enter the number of witnesses for the case. As I said, you are the lawyer, you understand this better. So if you feel that you don't have any witness, you can enter 0. If you feel it is 1, for those filing writ of someone, by default, you have a list of witnesses that you would have prepared. That can guide you in case you're not the one that prepared the document. You can just look at them. Oh, I have 5 witnesses listed there. You enter 5. Like I said, if it is 0, you can enter it. So I'll just assume for this that I don't have any witness, I'm entering 0. So after I'm done with this, the next thing expected of me is to click next. So once I click next, if you can see, the system has generated a reference suit number. So I'm going to take my time to explain this. The reason why the system does this at this level is so that you can have a placeholder. Remember, you have not even completed the process of filing. All what you have done is just to enter the initial information. So the system keeps every information you have entered so far with this reference suit number. So even after you finish the process, you make your payments, you get your permanent suit number, the reference number is still linked to the permanent suit number. Meaning, for one reason or the other, you want to search you want to use the online search to search for information about your case, not logging into your profile now on the general public platform. You can still use this reference number to search if you have forgotten your permanent suit number. The system will still give you the current information because your reference number and your permanent suit is still linked together. So I'm going to continue. So after I've entered the first information, which requires parties to the case, asks me the division, file type, classification, and the cause of action. So I'm expected to enter information for each of the parties. In this divorce matter, we just have 2 parties here. So I'm going to start filling this information. The party type is petitioner. Description, which is in individual. You can see for the description. So in a scenario whereby you're filing a civil matter and you are representing the company, that's organization. So once you select organization, we can see there's nothing like first name, middle name, or last name again. It's just what organization name that you have there. But for the sake of this, it's an individual, Mr. Gender, male. The compulsory information that you must enter is the first name and the last name. Middle name is not compulsory. But if you have the information, and I said you are the one preparing your document, you know what you are filing, and enter the information. So I'm going to enter Femi James, capital letter, okay. So James. So I'm also going to enter my phone number. So I may have them saved on my system. Over time, if your system is using filing, your browser will capture this to make life easy for you. You don't need to be typing your email all the time. You just quickly select. So for the state, I want to capture the address of the petitioner. Now, the address for the petitioner, mostly in filing, is also the same address the legal counsel will use for his law firm, because the legal counsel is representing the petitioner. So the best information to enter here is your information as a legal counsel, since you are the one representing the petitioner. So I'm going to select Lagos. So the next question is that what local government? So we can see what I explained earlier. You can see this is not responding. This might be due to internet. Remember, you don't have power over internet. This is Nigeria. So if you are using MTN, something can happen to them at any time. If it happens to them, what we do in IT space is that we have alternative. That if one is down, we can switch. So it can happen to anybody. So if it happens, you could see, but it's coming up now, but it was not coming up then. So be patient enough for it to load if your internet is that slow. So the next question I ask myself is that where is my law firm located? So I will assume my law firm is located in Ikeja. So I selected it. Okay, Ikeja. So what city in Ikeja? Is it Anifuoshe? So this has to do where my law firm is located. So if your own is in Oshodi, you select the local government that falls under Oshodi. So the next thing you are expected to enter here is to address 1, your law firm address. Why you have alternative to enter address 2? So address 2 can be the petitioner address if you have that information. Definitely you should have. So you can enter, but it's not compulsory. If you have, you can also provide that information. The compulsory information that you must fill is address 1. So after doing that, you have other information, all those ones are not compulsory. If you have the information that you want to fill, you can go ahead to fill. So lead party, understand that the fourth party is always the lead party in a civil matter. So for the fourth, let's assume it's a civil matter, a civil general civil, and you're filing writs and you have more than 2 claimants. When the first claimant is the lead party, when you are filling for other parties, you don't need to select yes again. So I've entered the required information. The next thing I will do is to click on save so that the system can capture this information. Now we can see the pop-up that we have displayed. The system is asking me to add more petitioners, click yes. To proceed, click no. Meaning, if I have more petitioners, so this same thing applies to any category of cases or classification that you are filing, whether be it bail matter, civil matter. You understand that in divorce matter, majorly, you only have just the petitioner and the respondent. It's only in rare cases you have more than 2 respondents. But majorly, you have just the petitioner and the respondent. So for this, I don't have any other party to add. If I had another party to add, what would be my answer here? I will click what? I will click yes. So once I click yes, it will give me the same page for me to enter the information for either the claimant or the petitioner. But since I don't have, I'll click no. So once I click no, the information has been captured below. We can see has been captured below. All the information I entered here is captured below. So the next information I will go to fill is for the respondent. You can see the system is intelligent enough to understand that the next information I want to fill is for the respondent. So the same process. It's an individual, this time Mrs. Gender, female. What is the name? Funke James. So I'm going to enter Funke. Middle name I don't have, it's not compulsory. For the phone number of the respondent or defendant, it is not made compulsory. So we understand that when you are filing, there's a possibility you might not have that information. But if you have the information, you can gladly enter the phone number and the email address. So the next thing you will do if you don't have that information is to enter the information for service. Definitely you have the information for service, except in the situation whereby you're filing a civil matter, maybe even if it's against an unknown party, there will still be information for service. Just try to check. If you are filing against an unknown party, there will be information for service. I'm not getting any response. Okay. You know, I did not go to law school. So I just want to also learn. Okay, so we're just going to assume that the place for service is Ikeja, and you write the full address. I'm just going to assume yes, I'm just going to enter Ikeja. But when you are entering, because you have all the information, it means you enter the full information for service here. This, as I said, is state, LG, and city, and the address 1 is just to capture the information for service where the respondent will be served. So after that, for the respondent 2 is the first respondent is the lead party, as I said earlier. In the civil matter, where you are filing civil general civil, you have more than 2 defendants. When you are filing for the next defendant will be no. We need to answer this question. So I will click yes, because I've been able to enter that information correctly. So the system will also ask me, do I have more respondent to her. I don't have more because the divorce matter. If it's a civil general and I have more than 2 defendants, I will click yes. If to give me the same page, I will just fill the information and click save. And if I don't have more again, the right answer to click will be what? No. So after I click no, we can see both information for the parties has been captured appropriately. So the next action for me to do is for me to proceed to pay. The system will ask me, do I have a motion to this case? So I want to assume, so if I have a motion to this case, I will select yes. If I don't have any motion to this case, this is a divorce matter, there's a probability maybe file motion ex parte with it, or just assuming. Or maybe you're filing a civil matter where it's a writ of someone, you're filing your interim injunction and a complete injunction. So for the sake of the training, okay, I'll say yes, so we can see how the motion page works. So we can see I have selected yes and I have motion. I want to file motion to this case. It will ask me a question. Am I filing this motion to commence an action? No. I've started the process already, so I'll just select no. By doing this, I will select the suit number, which is the reference number. So as of now, I have not made payment. I'm still doing my filing as of now, providing necessary information. By default, the system will populate all information that I entered during filing at this place. You can see Femi James, who is the petitioner. By default, it will put it on motion ex parte. For many, you will have the option to see, okay, in a civil matter, I'm not filing motion ex parte, it's motion of notice. I can change it. But in this case, I can assume I'm filing motion ex parte. Motion ex parte for what? I'll select here. By default, it will be on subtext service, but I can select and check for other options. If the options I have here, the purpose for the subtext service is not listed here, I can as well select others and enter it by myself. Do you understand this? So I will just assume it for subtext service. In this place is where I will enter my prayers. Just the way we have our claims, that we have more than 1 claim or more than 2 claims. You can see you can easily click add more. The same thing applies here. So if on your motion you have 4 motion prayers, you keep on clicking and you just add the prayers. You don't need to enter number 1 again. The first box is number 1. The system will arrange them accordingly, as long as you enter them the right way. So for the sake of this, I'll just enter an information prayers. As I said, for the sake of this training, when you are filing your motion, you have your information with you. Enter them correctly. After I'm done entering the motion prayer, the next thing is for me to proceed to the Gazette. The Gazette is what we call the payment Gazette. So while we're waiting for it to, the payment Gazette is what gives us the privilege. Remember, the information was shared that there's no more manual assessment. That when you come to the system, you file your case. The system has been configured to do assessment for you. This is what it means. When you are filing, you have privilege to the Gazette, payment Gazette. It is still the same payment Gazette that in the manual system they use to assess that document to bring before them. It is still the same information. Every information you see here is the same information they had manually, but it has been brought to the system. So meaning that, we can say this case is listed family and the case category. So what we try to do with the new update that we added, for those who are familiar with filing, the payment Gazette you see when you are uploading your documents is not this interface. Can I get a witness? For those who file. I'm not getting any witness. For those who file, there's no response. Is this different from what you see? Is different. So this is part of the update that we did. We try also to see, because part of the complaints that we have received so far is the fact that what you have present is that all the Gazette is displayed, meaning that when you are using your phone, it's not as convenient like that. If you are using your laptop or your computer system, it's easy. You can easily just do Control F and type. Control F is fine, meaning that if I'm looking for motion or notice on this Gazette, I can do Control F. So once I do Control F, I can type motion or notice and press enter. The system will take me directly to that place, meaning I don't need to be scrolling up and down. But when you're using your phone, you can hardly use Control F on your phone. You have to scroll and scroll. So what we try to do is also simplify the process. That what is related to family and probate, of the Gazette is what you will see. Meaning that if you are filing a bill matter, what is you are required to document you are required to upload and make payment for is what you will see on the list of the Gazette item. So we just further simplify instead of having for you to see the whole Gazette. So for the family and probate, every information you see here are informations that are needed either when you are filing the case afresh or when you are filing additional processes. I'm going to scroll down and look for the, so it's under matrimonial causes because I'm filing the divorce matter. So we can see all of them are listed here: the divorce petition, citation, filing of affidavit, filing of marriage certificates, and filing of affidavits, and we have the oath listed here. At this point in time, what we had on the Gazette presently in production environment is that you check box, then you include your documents. Well, presently, as I mentioned when we started, there was a request by the Honorable Chief Judge that we change the format because of what I explained earlier, to close that lacuna, that payment must happen before document upload. So that's why we have the Gazette this way. So on this place, you cannot upload your document. All you can do is to check the item for that particular document you want to file. So I want to file this. This is by default citation. So I'll be filing my marriage certificate to it also by the filing affidavit and oaths. So I've selected all necessary items that I'm filing that comes with my divorce filing that I'm doing presently. So if I scroll down, we'll see the amount that is highlighted here. This is the total fee I will be making payment for. In the event where you have exhibits attached also, you will come to the Gazette here is split into two. All you need to click here is to click this quantity, then you have access to view this interface and see your exhibit here. Remember, as I said, on this Gazette, you are not uploading document, you're only selecting item. So once I select exhibit, and I know I have more than one exhibit, by default, it will be on one exhibit. So if I have more than one exhibit, what do I do? I will come here to increase it. So if I have 5 exhibits, I will increase it to 5. Do you understand that? So, do you understand? Okay, I should go over it. Now, say when you are finding the exhibit, remember on this Gazette, you are not uploading the documents. On the present Gazette we have on the production, you will upload those documents accordingly, and then the system, through the Gazette, will calculate, oh, you have uploaded 5 exhibits. That's how the system calculates how much you pay. That 5 exhibits, because 50-50 naira, that's 250 naira. But for here, because your payment must come before document upload, all what the system requires is that you select this, you check this box, then you now select the quantity of exhibits you want to file. So if you have 4 exhibits, by default, it will be on 1. All you need to do is to come here and increase the quantity. So I have 3 exhibits. As I said, this information is not the system determining. You are the one that understands what you are filing. You know the processes you have. You know the case you are answering. You know what you are prepared. You know what you want to achieve in court. So that's if there's an exhibit to this case. So I'm going to uncheck this because I don't have any exhibit to this case. So once I uncheck, by default, the system will not calculate that fee to this. Now, if we observe for assessment for family and probate, when you are filing divorce matter, it is 2,900 for those who are familiar with filing family and probate. If you observe, you have 3,150 here. The reason why you have this is because the system are taking cognizance of the fact that when you selected any document that has to do with affidavits, the system understands that for every affidavit, there's what they call the cashier seal, that red seal. So the system is saying by default, the system will also check that amount so that you can make the payment online. It will no longer be made manually again. You know, presently, when you want to do your upload, you don't make the payment on the system. You only make your payment for your external payment. That is categorized as external payment. So you make payment for the filing, which is 2,900. Then after you are done with, you now go to the registry, now pay cash. When you pay cash, they will give you your receipt. They will now apply the seal on your documents. That no longer will happen again. So the payment will be done on the system. So I'll click proceed. So for every time you select any document that has to do with affidavits, maybe further affidavits, better anything affidavit on the system has been configured to always add that 250 naira seal. So let's say in a situation whereby you are filing more than four affidavits in the case. Maybe you have counter affidavit, you have affidavit in support, you are filing a motion. That's two affidavits already. The system will take cognizance of the fact that everywhere you select it. So it means you will need two seals. The system would have added that fee. So that's why you have the payment here splitted. The 2,900, which is for your external payments, you can see is displayed. While the 215 naira, which is for your internal payments for the seal, is also displayed. So you can choose to make any payment first. There's no, so I'll make the first payment for the filing. So after I click make payment, I'll select this legal counsel. Payment mode, I'll select debit card. Now, when we say debit card is online payment, meaning that once you proceed from it, you have the option to take it to the payment gateway, which is not our platform. The payment gateway is managed by Lagos State government. We have always mentioned, because mostly you complain of payments and you write your letters to the CJ. CJ does not have control over payment. It is handled by Lagos State government. So when you bring your complaints, what we do on your behalf is to also further escalate on your behalf to the agency responsible on behalf of the Lagos State government. So at this place, I will click submit. Once I click submit, so as I said, this is from our platform, it will route us now to the payment gateway platform. So we have also seen instances whereby you have done everything you need to do and you want to make payment and payment is not going and everybody will come to our office. Some lawyers will go to the press. The Lagos State Judiciary platform is not working. The fact is that this is an integration from the payment gateway to our platform, which our platform does not control. We only integrate it so that you can make your payment seamlessly. So this is the payment gateway, which we are all familiar with. This we see presently on production. Can I get a witness to that part? You see this presently when you are filing now. So it's expected that you enter your information, enter the name of person that want to pay, the phone number. The most important information here on the gateway is your email address. So the email address is where they will send a copy of your receipt to after the payment is successful. So most time we advise users, because there are instances whereby, the email you have on your process might be that of your principal. And sometimes you will have people say, my principal is not even in the country, I cannot reach. Remember, if you are the one filing and you need to access that, put an email that you can access. Maybe it might be your email, then further you can as well. But if you know you are setting that, I have access to our official email in our law firm, no problem. So that you will not be stranded just for your own, so that you can file your case as fast as possible. So after I've entered that information, we can see already that the payer ID is displayed, revenue code. That's the reason why every legal counsel profile, you have a payer ID to you. These are what, because without payer ID, you cannot make payments in Lagos State government. If you are driving, if last man catch you right now, or they book you, or maybe lawman, any other, or you have one fine to pay in Lagos State government, you need a payer ID. That's why we say payment is central. It's not just Lagos State Judiciary. So after I've done that, I'll click pay now. So we can see the options we have for payment. So when we saw debit card is online payment, meaning we have different options. So if you have your debit card, enter the information. If you don't have your debit card, there's no cost for alarm. You can choose other option. We have pay with transfer, we have pay with USSD, we have pay in bank branch. So we have pay with OP. So you can explore any of these options that is convenient for you to make your payment. The essence why you have this is just that payment can be seamless for you. That's why the payment gateway made this provision. Well, I'm going to use my information. I said, this is not a real-time environment. This gateway we have presently is not a real-time environment. They also provided, just even we have a training, they also have their also training website where we can do payment like this for the sake of training. So I have a card that I'm using. I click proceed. So it's assumed that I'm finally using the debit card. So after I've done that, you can see my payment is successful. It tells me generating receipts. You can see the logo that is there. So after doing that, to download your receipt, you can click view revenue receipts. And also if you observe, okay, we have view judiciary receipt also, then we have your upload documents. Remember we said the update will that payment form before you upload the documents. But remember as at this point, you still have one pending payment, which is for the internal, which is for your skill. Then as we go ahead to make this payment by clicking make payments, it takes you to the page instantly. Payments method, debit card, click submit. So this is the payment gateway. As I said, this is a testing environment. That's why you have success. And you will not have success. You will have opportunities to either use your card, just the way we saw in that, your card, or you're going to do transfer. Then I'll just click pay. So once I'm done with that, it will tell me payment done successfully. So with that, you can see there's no longer payment displayed, meaning I've been able to make every payment that I selected items for. So after payment, the next thing that's expected of me to do is to now do what? Document upload. Remember what we have currently on the production environment, real time, that people are filing currently, is that to the Gazette, you upload your document, the system will calculate every item you have uploaded your document to. That's how you calculate the fee. So once you make your payment, you're not doing document upload. But this has been changed. We have made payment first. We now want to do document upload. So I will select upload documents. So once I select upload document, the system will display for me the cases available under litigation. You can see, because we have two major modes, we have litigation and ADR cases module. So if the way I explained initially, if the case I was filing was a civil case and I have answered those questions, I was taking it to ADR route. System have done that, so I will find the case under ADR tab here. It will not be under litigation tab, because the first tab you see is for litigation. So this is the case. Remember when I selected the item, I only selected 4 items for document upload. On the Gazette, every item that requires document upload is always in front of it. You see, it requires document upload. So I only selected 4 items here. So what is expected for me to do as a legal counsel at this stage is for me to click upload documents. So once I click upload documents, we will now see the available options we have for document upload. So what we have done also is to also provide you with alternative, because the e-swearing processes we have presently, for those who have been using it, is the fact that if you want to use the e-commissioner for oath, you have to call them first or send them a mail. It's being done out of the system. For those who have used it, I know some who still come. I think this process has been up and running for 2 years plus now, right? 2 years plus now that the CJ gave an approval for it. We know some who will still say, I don't know this is available in Lagos State Judiciary. Maybe for those who their clients are not available here in the country, those ones know already, because they came panicking and we had to pass the information again. And that information has been passed. Or if you go to the registry, you see a banner. That banner is very old. That's why we even have to do a banner just to make sure that information is circulated. So, but presently what we have done, so we have brought the responsibility of the e-commissioner for oath that was done out of the system into the system now. So meaning that after you have made your payment, the first option you have here, if we can read this statement together, I said I will be submitting documents that is already attested or commissioned. What this one means is that, oh, I have made my payment, I have my payment receipt. Remember, the document you have uploaded, it has not been initiated. It has not been commissioned. The only thing you have done to that document is your responsibility, which is to put your seal, sign on it when you want to sign as a legal counsel. That's what you have done before you scan and upload your documents. That's if you were using option 1. Or if you're using option 2, either you sign on it, if you have not signed on it, or you have not even applied your seal. For option 2, you have the privilege to use that instrument. It's electronic signature for option 2, and your seal also, which definitely we understand that NBA now you have electronic seal that even can be appended on your document before you convert it to PDF. Abi? That's an information from the NBA. Also, you even have the privilege of your profile to also scan your seal into the image and upload your seal to your profile. Meaning anyone that pleases you, anyone that works for you, have various options right now. So, but for the option 1, it's expected that, oh, I have signed, I have dated where I need to do my part as a legal counsel. So, and now I have made my payment, I have the payment receipt. What is expected of me if I want to do option 1 is that I will now have to physically go and visit the commissioner for oath in the division I am filing to. Remember, the only way commissioner for oath can respond to you is only through payments. Meaning payment must be done before they can commission your documents. So at this level, payment has been done. But with option one and say, "Oh, I don't have time for this, yeah, manual," you still have that option for now. Because this option will be taken away, but for now, you still have this option. You understand? Just to still help over time, when you get familiar with the system, you will see which is better and make the rebel. For now, you still have that option. That means you print your receipt and now take your hard copy, which you have signed before the commissioner for votes. Every other requirement they will require you when you approach them, they will still ask you for those requirements. Once they see payment and you have your paperwork there, once they will just sign, they will vote and commission your process. After they are done commissioning that process, you now have to scan that process before you come to this place. So to also further emphasize, after you have made your payment, it is not compulsory because of the various options you do for you to click document upload as at that stage where I clicked it. Meaning we have a particular tab for you to click doc. So I will go back. I'll go back to home. So assuming I have made my payment and I'm not even sure the document option I want to use, so I want to use option one that requires that I have to go and meet the commissioner for votes. After I meet them, show them my receipts, they will now commission my documents. And I am not ready. So once I come back to the system, because definitely you can't leave your system open, the time you used to go, like, depends. You would have spent time, the system would have logged there. Once you log in back to your profile, what you now need to click is document upload. You can see so once you click document upload, it brings me back to this place. So meaning, commissioner board have attended to me. I've been able to scan my document. Now the complete document, because every document you must upload must be, for option one, must be a valid document, meaning it has been commissioned. Where they need to initial, they have done that. Where they need to oath, they have done that. So I've scanned them. We all know how to do scanning. Scanning is not a breaking news to us. We use our CAM scanner or any other PDF scanner application that we have. So I will now come here to click document upload. Then I will select option one. So once I select option one, I will click proceed to upload. So once I click proceed to upload, you can see every item I selected that I made payment will be populated here. All I need to do is to click choose file, then attach my documents. You know where you have saved it, either on your phone or your system. You are the one who have control over this. So I'll say, oh, I've done the divorce petition. So I'll keep on adding the rest, marriage certificate. Just for more emphasis, this has to do with the option one, whereby physically I still want to follow through the physical commissioner for votes. I want them to do it in my front. I'm not good with gadgets. So I'll also upload the affidavit. And the last document included the oath, which I just did that. So another beautiful thing about what we did again is the fact that you can preview your document before you submit. So how do you preview your document? Every document I've uploaded there, you can see they're all listed. I just need to click on this. This gives me the advantage to preview, just to be sure I have uploaded the right document. So once I click receipt, so I can view, I can scroll down to be sure that everything is in order. So if I'm certain that everything is in order, all I need to do is to cancel this, then I will click submit. So once I click submit, the system will tell me upload was successful. The case will now move to the process section assessor, which is the user, the internal user that comments, the first person who works on any cases that you file in Lagos State Judiciary is the PSC. So as at this level, you have done your bit as a legal counsel in terms of filing. It's now left for the internal users for them to start working on your documents. So the PSC will check, they all know what to do, they check and confirm what they did until you get your permanent suit number. So this is just about document option of one. So I'll click OK. So that's that for option one. So I want to, should we take question now or should we document options? Huh? Okay, so let's take one or two questions. What's your name, Master Counsel? Not dated, okay. Okay. Thank you. So to respond to his question, remember we said we have three options for document upload. And I mentioned the first, as I said, this is the training environment. So the first option I chose was for those who want to visit the commissioner board physically. So I have assumed that for me as a legal counsel, I have made my payment, taking my documents to the commissioner board. They have commissioned it, then I have scanned appropriately. Remember we said the only document you can upload must be a valid document. And what is a valid document? A document whereby you as a legal counsel, you have captured your signature, your own information, and the commissioner for who works for Lagos State Judiciary have done their part also for a valid document. That's what you can now come and upload. So the document I did because I'm doing training, you understand? I did not use. But I explained earlier. So we're going to see that in document of option 2. And I said we have different categories. For one, for those who want to do it, still do it manually, want to go physically. Those are the option you have for me. Okay, do you have any other question? You can continue, or you have a question? So I think for pure probate matters that has to do with, I think, letter of administration, is part of your filing. That's what they call, when you have the suit number, they call FPM. For those who are familiar with filing, when you are filing pure probate matters that have to go to the registry, the litigation registry. Right? You know, there are other matters you do that for probate that does not go to the litigation registry. Those ones are done at the probate session. They have their system different from this. But as long as it's a litigation matter that has to go through the registry, the options, that's why we have it as family and probate. That's what I just mentioned. Yeah? They have their own platform. That's what I just mentioned. Their platform is different from this. Okay, so as I mentioned, PID has to do with Lagos State government, meaning that if your law firm have been making one payment or the other from Lagos State through Lagos State government, it means that definitely you have a PID. So, but for those who do not have a PID, we also made a provision on our platform, whereby for those through the registration page, you can also input your information and generate it yourself, or you can go to Lagos State EBS platform, which is the ABC platform. Those people responsible for PID, you can generate from their platform also. But we also integrated just to make it easy for our own user. From the registration page, you can generate also. Okay, so on the EBS platform, which is operated by Lagos State government, there's a menu there where you can use your email to verify your PID, or to confirm your PID rather. I think the word confirmation is the right word. So you provide your because every PID is linked to an email address. So once you put your email address, maybe your official, or this is my email address, and you want to be sure that, oh, do I have a PID? Once you put it there, if you have, the system will populate the PID with your name If you don't have, it will tell you no record found. So once you say no record found, it means that maybe there's a problem. Maybe you have several emails and you have, or if you exhaust all your emails, you still cannot find, it means you don't have. So all you just do is to create one. It does not, you're not being charged for it. It's free. You just go to their platform.
Okay.
You.
It's not every code. Is that the I want to know, is that really confusion?
I think we explained, so we can continue now because of time. So I want to show us the second document option or upload that we have. But remember the first process we did, I found a new case for me to be able to do document upload. So that's, I'm done with that case. I can't do 3 document upload for a particular case. I have to choose one option. So this is what I will do. I'll find an additional process now. What we call additional processes, meaning after you have filed your relating process, you have motion, you have further affidavit, you have counter affidavit. How do you file this? Well, as I said, it's still the same process that we are familiar with. Click case document for those who are filing additional process that do not have motion. So if you are filing the additional process that does not have motion, you click case document. But if you are filing the one that has motion, you have to select filing the motion. So we understand that when we're doing the new case that we filed earlier, he asked us, are we filing the motion? We said, yeah, we saw how motion process works. For this, I'm just going to assume that I'm doing case documents. So all suit number will be populated when you click. Immediately you click number of records is showing you all the cases you have filed so far in your profile. You know the suit number you have, the one that has reference, the one that have permanent, you're able to view them because they're all the existing case. So I'll want to file to this. And we also have the option, if you know the suit number, you can easily type it and search. The system will give you just that particular suit number that you want to, instead of having to select all through. So I'll select this. I want to file additional process to this case. So these are, so eventually you have uploaded document before. This is an existing case which I filed several times, done the initial filing. You can see all document information will appear, meaning you have the privilege to preview or print document that you have uploaded previously. Now, the document that we have here, I will not show us that because we still want to explain. So I'll just assume there's no document here for now. So I'll click File Additional Documents. So once I click File Additional, it's still the same process, payment before document upload. Once I click, the next thing to show me the gazette. Now, for this particular case, the judicial review case. Remember, I'm not filing it afresh, it has been filed. So the person who filed it, just like when you file a family and probate that we saw now, when you want to add other processes to it and you click from here, it will still be showing you your case category. So with that, what do I want to file to this case? I'm just going to assume that I want to file motion. Just assuming right now, that document I want to file to this is motion. So also I will check this box. Already you can see document to require. For every item on the gazette that requires you to, the system already have explained that so that you will know that, oh, this one, you're going to provide the document so that you'll be sure of what you are filing. So I'm going to select written address and affidavit in support, which I need to file when I'm filing motion or notice of motion ex parte. So if there's an instance where I have exhibits, as I said the other time, I'll just go down, click the option. I have the privilege to see exhibit here. And I explain how we can increase the exhibit, the quantity here. Also, in the instance where we are filing, we want to upload more than, maybe we have more than one motion or notice, or filing further affidavit, we have more than one further affidavit now. I can also increase the quantity. Remember, this gazette is only helping you make payments for the document. So if I increase the quantity of this further affidavits, when I'm done with my payment and it takes me to the document upload page, I will have more than 4 documents upload on there. Meaning that I will have document upload for further affidavit to upload further affidavit twice. Because I told the system that I have further affidavits, 2 documents that that is called further affidavit, either whether one is called further and better or further, as you call it. Well, I'm just going to assume that it's just motion of notice and written address. So as I said, if you see the fee that we have here, we have 850 naira. We know for those who are filing, when you are doing something over time, you take cognizance of the fee. That I said, you ask yourself, has something changed? So just like the way I explained, the system, every time you select any document that has to do with affidavit or oath, the system automatically makes a check for internal payment, which is for the seal, that cashier seal. So normal filing without it checking is just 600 naira for motion. We can see we have 850. So the difference is just that 250 for the seal. So I will click proceed. So just the same process we had first time. So it will show me other information because this is an existing case. I'll pay for all these ones. So this is the new ones I want to pay for. The 600 and the 250. I'll click make payment. Select legal counsel, mode, debit card, and we click it. So as I said, once we click submit on that on our platform, the next place it takes us is to the payment gateway, which is totally different from our platform. You said you only integrated with the payment gateway platform for it to be able to make your online payments. So the same information that is required, enter your name. So the most important information in all this information they have you on this page is your email address. Every other information they ask you here does not really matter, but it's compulsory you enter those information. So what they need here is your email where they will send the copy of the receipt. So I'll click pay now. Also, the various options I said you have on the payment gateway, transfer, USST, bank branch, with OP, anyone you prefer to use. But for this, I'll be using card payment and I'll click proceed. So once I'm done with that, I'll be left with just one more payment, which I'll make instantly. So once I click make payment, it just takes me to the payment for me to select the payment mode. After I'm done with that, it takes me to the payment gateway also for me to make payment for the internal. So I said the reason why I have it this easy like this, simplified it because this is a test environment, not a real-time environment. So meaning in the real-time environment, you also see the option of card, transfer, USSD, and bank as listed there. So I'll click pay. So now my document, I'm done with my payment. So I'll click upload documents. One reason you're not ready to upload your document, maybe log you out on internet and you log into your is what we call document down there. Just click it to the same page. So we can see this is the case and file additional processing. And we can see document count. My document count is 3 because I only selected motion or notice and I did not increase the quantity for motion or notice, just one quantity. Affidavit also one quantity, written address one quantity. If I had increased any of their quantity, I'll have more than 3 document count here. So the next thing is to click upload. So once I click that, it will still show me again. So for every time you make when you want to upload document, the system is this flexible to always give you this option so that you can make anyone that works with you at that time, it's your choice. So we have done the first option, which I showed us how it works. So we want to check the second option. So I'll be submitting a document that is yet to be attested to or commissioned. So this option is what we call the function of the e-commissioner for what we say we had that is out of the system. It's now in the system. So meaning, once I select this option, I can then click proceed to upload. So every document count I have will display for me to attach those documents. So as I said earlier, if I have increased my quantity of motion or notice, on this place I will see 4 documents here, and I'll see another document for me to upload motion or notice because I told the system that I have 2 motion or notice I want to upload. So but for now, it was just one quantity count, which I have here. So as at this level, it's expected for me to upload a PDF document. Now, just the way we explained earlier, the options that you have, even as members, the electronic seal. And your electronic seal, the way it works from the information I have is that it works through Microsoft. We put for you on the Microsoft. So on your Microsoft Word, when you are done preparing all your documents, you can as well apply your signature directly or choose not to apply it there. Or you can as well apply your seal, which is available on your Microsoft. For those who have applied and paid for the e-seal, you have those features on your Microsoft Word. But for those who have not, when you prepare a Microsoft document, permit me out so that I just show. Let me just do a free training for this. So this is, I know not everybody is fully aware about this. Now this is a Microsoft Word document. So it's just for our online, so that they can also see what I'm doing. Okay. Okay, the virtual book container. So this is the document I'm sharing right now. If I want to, after I'm done with this document, I've attached my seal. You have done everything you need to do here. Attach your seal. And I want to convert to PDF. I don't need to scan this document to PDF. For Microsoft Word, I can convert to PDF where I want to save it on. Oh, I want to save it on my anywhere that places you on your system with your computer. So let's say I want to save it on my music file. By default, save as type is Word document. I will select this option. You can see PDF. So this is free training now. So you can, instead of having to print document out, this thing is simplified. From there, just convert to PDF. Once you convert to PDF, you make sure the name that you want to call, if this is motion or notice, I call it motion or notice. So the moment I select PDF and I click save, automatically Microsoft will convert this for me into PDF. And we'll see, converted to PDF. Already I've chosen where I want it to save. I said to save on my music. So this is a document, this is it. So meaning that when I come to the option where I want to do my document upload, when I come to this place where I want to do my document upload, I can easily click choose file. So assuming I want to use this file, just come to my music. This is the PDF, it's there already. So I'm not scanning any documents. That's what when you're using document option 2. I'm trying to let you see the advantage, what the options you have. You can choose to do it the way you know how to do it. That's long cuts, though. So everything you print it out. You waste money for printing. You now bring your scanner, scan. Now anyone that works for you, there's no problem. But just to make sure that you have the right information. So, but for this, I'll be using a test document that I have. Okay, I have motion or notice here, which I already prepared. So this motion or notice I'm using, I've not even signed on it. I've not even applied my seal. I've not said I've not, because as a legal counsel, I have that option to do before I convert into PDF. I can as well also, if Microsoft does not allow me to apply signature, I can as well, after I convert to PDF, Adobe allows you to apply signature. So I can apply my e-signature using, I'm just telling the various options, but even if you have not done any of those options, you have not applied seal or applied your signature, then as well attach your PDF file like that. So this one I've not done any of that, so I'll attach written address. This is for written address. So I also add my affidavit of support. Okay, so I've added the documents I have to upload. Like I said earlier, we have the privilege to review this document by clicking on it, just to be sure we have uploaded the right document if you want to be totally sure. So once I click on it, it gives me a larger screen. I can view. You can see I have not entered dates. I have not applied my signature on this document. So it's my it's my choice. It's my choice that okay, I choose. I understand how the application works. I don't want to apply my seal on Microsoft Word. I don't want to apply my signature. So it's a plain document. So after I'm done previewing, I'm sure I'm uploading the right document. I can now go ahead to click submit. So once I click submit, the system will give us this pop-up just to give us the pre-information about what we have done. So we can see it's saying upload is successful, and it's reminding you of the option that you have choose. Remember, we have 3 document upload option. The first one, it means that you have to physically document. This second one means that you want to use the electronic commissioner for want them to attend to you wherever you are filing for. So after you read this information, it tells you that, oh, if you have not applied your seal or your signature, from the information we have here, if you read very well, if you have not applied your seal or your signature, it's telling you that click on e-swearing so that you will see the feature you have to use on the system to apply your signature and seal. But if you have done that, it means you have done your part as a legal counsel. You can just click OK. So, but for this, I have not done that. So I'll click e-swearing. So once I click e-swearing, this is the case 3292 filing. So I'll click view attached documents. I want to see the document I have uploaded. Once I click view attached documents, I will have the privilege to see the document and also see the instruments that I have on my profile. Every instrument you see here is what you upload by yourself, or it's from your profile. When you log in, the feature, I will show us the feature is there already for us to upload this. So meaning that I can upload my seal, I can scan my seal and upload it like this. My signature, I can do the same thing. My passport that I want to use over time, if you want to change, if you have to, can as well replace it. It's replaceable. Even right on this place where you are, you can easily replace it by clicking choose file. So let's say I don't want to use this particular passport for this. I want to use, I can easily click choose file to give me the dialog box for me to select the particular photo I want to use. Or maybe there's a need to change signature, or I have any information about the seal. I can easily click choose file, and I will have that privilege for me to do that. So this is my motion on notice document. This is the first page. So what would you can see other information, case title. So this document, the system already understands that this document is a 2-page document, PDF document. So I'll click next page. So once I click next page, it will load the last page, which is the last page for me. I have not done this. How do I do this? I must append my seal. I'll click append seal. Once I click append seal, it will appear on the top left here. I have the privilege to drag. Since I'm a professional, I know the ethics, I know where my seal should be. I will drag to where I know where my seal should be. So okay, to me, in person, oh, no, I'm not a lawyer like you. Just assume, but for now I'm a lawyer. So I assume my seal should be here. I placed it there. Once I'm done with that, oh, I've not applied my signature. I'll click append signature. It comes on the document. I have the privilege to drag to where I feel my signature should be. Once I drag it there, it stays there. Also, for this, I don't need my passport because it's motion on notice. The new instruction is that on all affidavits, must put your passport. So when we get to that's where we can apply.
As I need you.
So, my date also, I have not inputted my date. I can scroll down. I have timestamp for me to use my date. I'll click. Once I click on it, appear on the system. So I've just drag and place. Once I've dragged all these instruments and placed them where I feel is the right places. So if you feel it's not the right place, you can still drag them. Or if you feel it's the right place, what you now need to do is to come down here and save instrument positioning. This is how the system helps you keep your every instrument you have used where they should be. So that when other users are working, it does not leave Sapele and go to Songo. You understand? It stays where you have placed it. So what do? I'll click Save Instrument Positioning. the system will let me know that please note that saving instrument position will be modify the document and the process is not reversible. Calling your attention and be sure of what you want to do. Because as of now, you can still see it faintly. So if you are sure, oh, I've not done the right thing, you easily click no. It brings you back to this page. You make your correction. But if you are certain of what you have done, you just click yes. So once you click yes, the system will give you an update, document saved successfully. Wait for the CFO, which is the commissioner for vote, to initiate your document. The system has been configured to also understand this document process, meaning that when you file a doc, they are not all documents that require the commissioner for permission. They do two functions. They oath your document and they initiate your document. Those are the two major functions they carry on the document. For motion or notice, they don't oath it. That's why you can sign, you can put your date. What they do on your motion on this document is just initiate, Abby. So it's only on your affidavit that they oath. And for maybe for affidavit in support, they don't initiate, they only oath. The other affidavit, they initiate and they oath. So the system is telling you that just wait. So this already, I'm done with this particular document. But remember, I filed 3 documents. So I'm not. So how do I go to the next document? I'll come here and click next document. So once I click the next document, it will load the next document. And if you observe something for those who have been following, you can see that we have a QR code on the document. It's part of the improvement that we did. For every document, there's a QR code on it, and it's there for verification and to also validate in case anybody wants to. If you go and serve a document outside, the person wants to be sure it's coming from Lagos, the person can scan and take the person to the page for verification. The person can confirm that. That's the reason why we have there for security also. So this is the written address. Written address also is almost the same thing like motion or notice. You only initial this. So I'll go, I have how many pages? 3 pages. Click next page. I'm on page 2. But where I need to work on is on page 3. So I click page 3. Also, this, there is no date, no signature, and no seal. So I'll just click append seal. It will drop here. I'll paste where I want to paste. Signature, drag to where I want it to be. Timestamp that helps us in our dates to be here. So I'll drag it to where I want it to be. So I've been able to do what I need to do on this document. No other responsibility is required of me. The same process, I will click on Save Instrument Positioning to give you the same pop-up. So every time it's just checking with you to be sure you're doing the right thing. The system also understands that this document does not require for them to vote, just to initial. And it's telling me that successfully this document is ready for the commissioner to work on. So the last document we have is the affidavit in support. Now, if we observe this, can we see this that we have here? It's telling us permission required for item. And the reason why we have this is that you understand according to the old law. Am I correct? I didn't go to those. See, you can easily correct and say you're not using the right nomenclature. Okay, according to the old law, it says you must appear before the commissioner for votes. So the same thing that happens manually, the same process has been adopted. There is no way you will do your vote online without first interacting with the commissioner for votes. So on this document, so if I attempt to put my signature, you know, there's a place where the deponent will sign. See what it's telling me. Wait for the commissioner for to authorize appending the signature on the document. This approval will be granted during a scheduled virtual call. Meaning for every time you are filing oaths, just to, because you say you must appear before. So there will be a virtual call for those who chose this option. For those who chose option 1, your appearance is done physically. Option 2, which is e-commissioner for to be virtual. So the only thing you can append here is your passports. So just the way I explained, it appears I drag to where I feel should be the right place. I should put my passport. After I'm done with that, that's the only thing I can do to this document. I can't do anything for now. I'll click Save Instrument Position. So I'll click that. Then the system will give me a pop-up. You can see the pop-up is the information is different. Say waiting for CFO to commission your document that will save successfully. So as at this stage, you have done your part. This case I've dropped on the commissioner for oath for them to view what you have filed. After they view what you have filed, they will now schedule a virtual. They will schedule a virtual call. So once they schedule that virtual call, you will have the privilege. Now, for you to access every electronic features that you have to click e-swearing. That's why we have it tailored there. Remember, we said what we have presently is we only did an improvement of what we have existing on the system. We added more feature to what we have existing. So for you to access the schedule that will be done by the commissioner for or see any updates, you click e-swearing. This will bring you to the interface where you can now see. Now, this is the case. This is the case that we've been working on. This one that file, you can see schedule, date, and time. If the commissioner would have scheduled a date and time, you will see the information here. They will definitely provide a Zoom link in their scheduling. You will see the Zoom link here. So I'll wait for my colleague to help me with that aspect so that we can also see the visual. So when that is, and also when the commissioner was successfully scheduled, you get a notification via email also, your email attached to your profile, notifying you that, oh, these have been scheduled to come up, the time, you see the time they are put there. Also, those information will also be visible in your profile. So maybe you have filed and you have done all you need to do, and you know, oh, what do I know? I'm only waiting for the commissioner to respond to me. So I want to check over time if they have done what they ought to do. You always, once you log into your profile, you come down, you click on e-swearing. Once you click on e-swearing, you have the privilege to see firsthand all appointments. You see this is the case. Then once the scheduled date has been done, the meeting link, you see. I'm waiting for my colleague to. So that we'll just see the way it works. I don't want us to just end it here, so that we'll see how the link and the date also appears. So just be patient, we're waiting for them to do that aspect. In the real-time environment, as I said, the commissioner board, they have been trained. So we have various commissioner board that are working on this, not just one. So they see cases. They also see cases and they respond to them on time. And also, we have the benefit of, in case if you're not getting a response as soon as you're expected to get it, we have the chat bot on the website that you can make your complaint, official complaint. I've done my document upload. I've no commissioner for what have responded to me. That ticket will be picked and it will be worked on for record purpose to make sure to see what has caused the delay. I'm just waiting for them to. So still waiting for him to complete this process. Okay, he has been able to complete that process. So as I said earlier, after you've done your part and you maybe logged out and you want to continue the process to be sure that the update has been done, all I need to do is to come to e-swearing. So once I click e-swearing, I'll have the privilege . So we can see this is the case. We can see the dates that we have here. So now the Commissioner for Oath have seen the document that you filed. They have viewed the document. They have seen what you are filing already. They understand what they ought to do now. Because in a situation whereby maybe you just filed a final written address or a final written address, because it's a written address, it's not a oath document. It does not require a virtual call. They only see that document. They will not schedule a virtual call because it's just final written address. They are only going to initial. It is the oath law that says you must be before them. So they understand this concept. But because of this case, you are filing motion, you have motion on notice, you have written address, and you have a oath document, which is affidavit in support. That's why they are scheduling this. So once they schedule, the Zoom link will be available for you here. So what you just need to do if you don't have a Zoom, you should have a Zoom downloaded already on your system. So once you click this link, it opens another tab. It wants to launch Zoom. That is if they call, because already they would have put the time, put the schedule. Meaning if they say, okay, this is 1:31, it will be for 1:35. It means they might be that time. So 1:34, you can easily click the link to join. If they keep you in the waiting room until they open and allow you in. This is just Zoom now and not our application. Just that virtual aspect of So after that has been done, remember, so I'm going to assume that we are live on the call. So while we are live on the call, I've been doing this for about 2 years now. They are requiring the act administration to provide that makes the call very simple, because the call is not supposed to last for more than 5 minutes. They only want to verify that the person who we are seeing here, the person that we are seeing on the call, is just for verification. So it's not a question and so long in process. So they will ask you for those information, and they might have as well in the mail details of those things they might want to ask you during the call. So once they actually provide the necessary information and they are okay with what you have provided, they will go ahead to grant permission for you to append your signature. Remember when we're appending the instrument to each of the documents, when it came to affidavit in support, when we saw here, we saw permission was that permission needed for us to do this. But now we can see permission granted, meaning that during the call, they are satisfied with what you have provided. They have now, from their profile, giving you permission to append signature. So to append signature, I have to do that on the next page, on page 2. I'll click page 2. So once I click page 2, I'll click append signature. Unlike previously, when I tried it, the system told me I cannot do this until the commissioner board approved it during a virtual call. So the virtual call that happened, they have confirmed and they have given approval. That's why you can do this. So what do? I just put the signature where I feel that's the best place it should be. Now, so we should also take note of this. We can see, remember, we are in control of our document. We prepare the document by ourselves. So if I'm going to prepare this document by myself now, you can see how my signature is. You know your signature. Our signature differs. Some people, their signature is very simple. Some people, their signature is like, you know what I'm saying? They have to. So you will know, measure the space when you are preparing your document. You can see the document is so close to the item. So you can see how it's covering it. So, well, as I said, you are in control in preparing we don't prepare documents for you. We only provide the instrument that you need to use when you are preparing your documents. So this is what the legal counsel is expected to do, or the deponent rather. So there's also attach signature. So in an instance where the signature you want to attach might not be for the legal counsel, you understand that you would have also scanned the signature of your deponent, which both of you practically can appear on the call for verification. I think they still allow the legal counsel, for those who have used it, appear with their deponent, since they are the one filing on their behalf. But they must see the deponent who is signing. You just apply the signature. So after I apply the signature, I have to save instrument positioning, which is very important. I mentioned earlier, this is how the system captures that where I put it, that's where it should be. So that when the commissioner wants to work on your document, it's not moving from one angle to another angle. So we can see it's now telling me that document saved successfully. Wait for the commissioner for oath. For the commissioner for oath to commission your documents. So that's what is expected of you as at document upload option 2. So my colleague will look at the commissioner of oath aspect and fulfill that aspect. So that this is the training session. You can now see the end result of how the document will look like. But that is all it is about your responsibility when you're using document option upload 2 to do your document upload. So do we have any question? Why am I doing it? Question?
If the document is in another location from where you control this, and both people join the Zoom call.
It's just Zoom. The way Zoom works, you know, it's not our application, it's Zoom. So every benefit you enjoy on Zoom is what you still enjoy. Somebody is asking the question from the virtual audience. Is asking that what do we do to avoid underpaying? He said today he filed a matter and they told him that he underpaid. So let's say for motion on notice, motion on notice 600 naira. That's even because the attester will still have to also peruse what you have done. So if there's a short payment, they can easily pick it, and they will now inform your case will not proceed to the next phase. Your case will be stored while they inform you of that. You need to make, this is the balance, this is total money you ought to pay for this case, and they will tell you, oh, you have paid this amount, or this is the balance of what you want to pay. So the person is asking, how can he or she avoid such? Just the way we saw, the Gazette is what does the assessment. We can see, I want to file motion of notice. I went to where motion of notice is, and I selected the right item, and the system gave me the right amount. So meaning that if I'm filing motion of notice, and I went to where there's written address, I select written address, you know, I can increase the quantity. And my PDF document is 3, I scan them separately, motion of notice, affidavit, and written address. Then under written address, I select written address, and I increase to 3 quantity. You know, if I want to do the document upload, to give me 3 options for me to upload that document, Abi. So if I will upload, so I might even end up uploading motion of notice and the affidavit is something that I did not select on the Gazette because I have 3 other options for document upload. But the system, by default, for selecting the item, would have seen that payment as 100 naira. Because what happened? You selected written address 3 times. That's 100 naira times 3. So that's 300 naira. That's the way the system will see it. So it is now for the assessor who will have access to every document you upload. The assessor will now see, this person uploaded motion now. How come he's paying 300 naira? We want to short pay the judiciary. That's what causes those delays, and they now have to store your process, inform you for you to do the needful. But the best way to avoid it is to make sure the line item you want to upload, go there and select that line item. As I said, we have the chat bot open, it's always active, and we have people in our office that actively work on this. If you are trying to do any processes and you feel you don't understand, you can easily put a question there. Somebody will take that and guide you through. As I said, that depends on the commissioner for holds. Just the way we are training the external users as we categorize all players and customers as external users, we are training the internal users already. So, and just the way our office is open to, our office support all categories of users, both internal and external. So it's not as if as you have developed, everybody let themselves. And that's why you still have the opportunity to either chat, to either call. We have a call that we have a contact that you can call also, or if you have the opportunity, any of our physical e-filing office. The reason why we still have those offices open is for education. And that's why we always emphasize it, because the CJ said we don't upload for legal counsel again. We don't do upload for you. So the reason why you come there is because you want to ask questions. And that's why everybody there is open to respond to those questions. So we are always open. Any kind of communication you choose to use. As a person, for those, I should not be saying this, but we are even that flexible that people who still reach out to us even outside of work hour, we still respond. I've gotten requests when I was on my best sleeping. We still, not chatbot this time, not chatbots. But we are still open because we understand that users over time is when you use something over time, then you finally get used to it. There are people who used to ask questions, they don't come, we don't see them in our office again. They just say, Mr. Henry, well done. I say, it's been a while I saw you. You have taught me now. I know what to do. You understand? So they only call or chat if you just need for small, maybe some clarities on some things. You understand? It's a new phase. It's not something you can just at a go. Once you give your mind to it, and as we said, we are always open for training and retraining. So the NBA leadership is aware of this information. So beyond what we are doing right now officially, if there's more room for training, we are still open to give more training. Okay, so while we are waiting for them to complete that process, I'll go back to home. So I can show us the third document option we have. We talked about the first one that requires that after we made our payments, we want to go physically to the registry and make the commissioner. So, okay, Mr. Corey has have a question. Mr. Corey, I think you can speak. The NBA Bar Chairman for Ikeja.
Thank you, Mr. Ali. Are you with me, Mr. Ali? Good morning and thank you.
Yeah,
good afternoon.
You can speak.
All right. Thank you so much for this training. I have been with it from inception. You have made the interaction very, very educative with the lucid presentation. And I'm sure a lot of people like me have added one or two skills to what we had before now. But I need to put in this information that the NBA Ikeja is thinking of, or we are planning towards setting up an office at the bar secretariat, at our secretariat, to assist our members to get used to this judicial information system. We will be needing your assistance to directly impart the techniques on the staff that we are thinking of handing over the responsibility to supervise or assist lawyers to master this process. So basically, we'll set up an office at the bar center for this purpose. And I think it should be a continuous process, you know, where when people run into itches, where our members run into itches, they can have the opportunity to come to the bar center where there's readily our personnel waiting to assist until we get a full grasp of what we are talking about. Now, I'm not very clear. I just want you to clarify whether this is still the JIS or is it the JIS 2.0? Are we migrating or we are still in JIS? That's one. Then two, having put in this kind of process, I'm sure it will have cost you some amount of money, no matter how little. I hope that at your own back end, at the judiciary back end, cases will be assigned more expeditiously, because the issues that we used to have before now was, apart from the e-filing itches, when you scale that process to get your case assigned to courts is a different kettle of fish altogether. I know that you might not directly be responsible for this, your department, but you can take this back as feedback from this process to the appropriate quarters, such that this e-filing becomes totally, you know, free of itches, and then you file and then you get to court in record time, and it makes our work a lot more easier. Thank you very much, Mr. Ali. I heard you, that open invite that you threw up. I'm taking it, and you are going to be seeing me a lot more until I also master this and I'm able to assist my members. Thank you.
Thank you. I think we have is the hand raised, okay? I think that's all. So just respond to, I think, one of the questions mentioned. For the training and retraining, we have said we are open, so that conversion can be done out of this place with the leadership of the NBA branches, and we'll look for how to go around about it. So NBA chairman for Ikeja also mentioned, he asked a vital question. Remember, initially when I started, I said, this is still what we have in production. We only did a little bit of update based on the request. CJ said we have to change, and I explained why the payment flow, because of the instances that we have seen, that payment has to happen first. So while we did that, we also took the opportunity to bring the e-commissioner role that exists already but out of the system into the system. So this is not GIS 2.0. When we say GIS 2.0, we are looking at this system you see was developed October 2nd, 2013. Understand? So GIS 2.0 means a reworking of the entire system, meaning that we're going to revisit so many things. GIS 2.0 will not be this again. It's something much more advanced, which is on the front burner presently as we speak. The judiciary will, by the leadership of the judiciary, will inform the legal environment when the process will start. So I believe that's the best I can say to that. But this is not GIS 2.0. This is just for the sake that let's give you something that you can still work with, that also enhances the work that you are doing, pending while you kickstart GIS 2.0. Well, as the CJ mentioned in the last bar and bench, or the last bar and bench we had, where you have a representative of all bar chairmen and also representative from the schools, the CJ mentioned that this year is given, the resources of the judiciary is majorly given to technology for this year. This was an hint which he gave to make sure that what we have been yearning for this year, we're going to see much more improvements, meaning GIS 2.0 is possible this year. And I said the judiciary will give a better information about that. So I think, okay.
Okay, further towards the term of NBA Ikeja said, I would like to propose that from tonight or tomorrow, this particular session will be going to the NBA Ikeja website, and everyone can access it, you can view it, depending on whether you're able to deploy officials that
There are some questions in the chat box.
so just visit our website, maybe from tonight or tomorrow.
It's going to be shared. Okay, the website. You should give a clarity to that, because this training is a combination of all Lagos branch.
Okay, so the question if the filing as a magistrate also from this side, no. The signing for magistrate, we don't deal with magistrate what happens here. We only deal with the high court, right? High court. Okay, so one of the difference is not really the understand and maybe to join together. The thing I already mentioned that the equivalent is actually the person that commissioner would be interested in interacting with, not the only counsel, right? We're not the link, don't link, the business link, you're not the one who not what is interested in that interviewing the equivalent. So instead of force, we're actually going to the ones. So the one opening our so when you okay, so just someone is not with me and even from anywhere, require some yes, the deponent can join for the development program and go down. The deponent is joining, the deponent of the almost we do not expect you to join this work session.
the document is not revealing anything. We have this situation sometimes ago. Someone in student kind of interest. And like you could see that this person is casting interest in paying for that one. And for example, to attend to this, this is very option.
Is there a question from there? Sir?
No, so what we said that when I go to school, you need to see out like I don't know, the school. I don't want. You know, especially regulated for quality assurance. So if anything happens, there is need to go on that. We don't want to explain. I'm deciding that. Everything is exposed. You know, or you see a guy goes on and he's not getting anything, like he's not showing me what's on.
Question.
What about the money that is outside the company? Because these with the position of the undergraduates, outside of diaspora, Nigeria, the time comes to start each for the announcement. So I have a question. Branch, you can train people. On modern technology. Institutions. And the judiciary You know what I do want to and most of the time they don't need this also look at the place of facilities. How much of the time
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sorry. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much, sir. Well, okay. Well noted. I believe we had the bad chairmen also on this call, and they have heard what you have said. We also take your feedback, and also we know that the bar and bench forum, which the bar have the privilege to always present their matters before the CJ, is always open. And I believe your chairmen, they know how to go around this, and they have had. So, and we also take cognizance that we have also had the information here, and we also share the information internally also. Thank you. So we're going to continue because of time. Okay.
Okay, so how can I use
the question the person just asked, I want us to just take note of that question. So while we go to use the application now, we're also going to see how it works. I'm going to show us that what the person just asked is that in the situation where you are filing civil, maybe civil land matter or civil general civil, and the rate of someone you have maybe damages of 20 million, you have cost of 50 million. How do you go about that? Because you definitely in the manual processes, they will tell you the amount that you are paying. So the system to have all those provisions. So I'm going to go through. So I want to file another process again. As we said, the document options, for us to see document upload option, it means that we are filing. So we have filed twice now. We filed a new case. The first one will be the first option. Secondly, we filed an additional process, which was a motion. So that's what we use the second document upload option for. Now, we want to look at the third document upload option. So I'm going to select another case. Look for a divorce matter, for a case that I want to file an additional process to. So I'm going to pick this case. So come to my case document. I said if you have motion, you're filing motion, you click filing the motion. If the document you're uploading does not require motion, you just click case document. So I said and enter the suit number and click search here. by default, the system will pop up this particular search I did. You can see the suit number italics, and it will tell me, it will show me, because this is not a new case, I'm applying to an existing case. It will show me the previous documents loaded before and we worked on. So I'll click on that instruction so I can file for additional processes. Now, when you're filing, as the question the person raised, that has to do when you have claims, 1 million, 5 million, you know, it depends on how much you want to recover. So that item is found under for recovery of specified sum. Once you click this, you will see the drop down. Now you can see how it's been simplified on the system. As I said, every the way the assessor respond to you when they were still doing manual assessments, everything you have that they do is what you have on the system. Because the payment gazette is just one official document that everybody learned and everybody was taught how to use, including the assessor. So the system also have been designed to also respond in that same form. So we can see that when you are recovering specified sum within 1 naira and 500, the amount is not being displayed, but you're only expected to check those items. So let's say if I have more than 30 million, 35 million, you can see the ranges. So in different ranges, already the system understands the amount to these ranges. So let's say in the scenario whereby on your writ of summons, you have 5 prayers. Three of those prayers, they are not monetary claim. While you have 2 of the prayers that are monetary claim, and other, the first prayer is saying for 5 million, another prayer is saying for 3 million. Now for 5 million and for 3 million, this is the range we have. This is number 3 range. Is for within what 1 million a month to 5 million. It means those 2 prayers I have, they fall within this range. So how do I treat it? When I check this box, the system will ask me how many quantity do I have in this range. Remember, I have two prayers that has monetary claim. One is 5 million, one is 3 million. So I must increase this to tell him that it is 2. So it's not as if because it is the 5 million and 1 million and 3 million falls in between the same range. So it is only in the scenario whereby I have 5 million and I have 7 million. That falls within another range. So yeah, for that 5 million, I will select just one quantity. Do you understand how it works? So if I select, okay, now, that's for 2 now for this range, 5 million and 3 million for this range. When I scroll down, you can see already the system is telling me the amount due. Do you understand how the system works? So it applies also if I have more than 2 monetary claims and they don't fall in between the same ranges. It means that you have to look at the ranges first before you know what to select. Like I said, you are the one filing. You are preparing your documents. You even know it without even reading. You know what you are filing and what. But again, in the scenario whereby you send someone to file for you, tell them, oh, look at the document very well. If it is monetary on the system already, they have provision for you to look at the ranges. There are provision for you to look at the ranges and select accordingly, and you can increase them if in the scenario whereby the prayers, the claims you have fall within the same range. So that's how you treat just in response to the question the person asked. But this is the divorce matter that does not require, I said it depends on what you are filing. If you're filing a civil land matter or civil general, civil or commercial, definitely or you have monetary claim. I think it's only a few circumstances for situation for family and for family cases whereby you have they are requiring costs. So are we clear with that? All right, so this now, I just want to file additional processes against this. So for this third document upload that I want to do, this one is template driven. And what do we mean by template driven? As you're going to show us how it works. Means that we also, technology we say is growing, technology is improving daily. So we are saying beyond you preparing your process through Microsoft Word, you can prepare your process on the system. Meaning that instead of opening Microsoft Word and typing and copying and do all those things, you can do all those stuff on your profile. And you'll be able to process it and it will convert to PDF automatically. And they will be able to process that particular file. And even the end result, you still get the same end result you will get when you have used Microsoft. That's what the third option is about. So I'm going to go ahead to select for the sake of this, so that we don't take too much time. And I said it's template. So when we say templates, it means I have to develop the documents. You understand? The second option, it was developed, I just upload very straightforward. But template means that I'm the legal counsel. The time I would have used type Microsoft Word, I want to do it directly on the system so I can manage my time. So for the sake of this, I'll just do motion on notice. Do motion on, but we know ideally when we are filing, motion is motion on notice, affidavit is support, and written address. I believe somebody will know I'm running away from written address. It's very bulky when you are preparing. It's very lengthy when you are preparing written address, unlike motion on notice and affidavits. That's why I'm trying to avoid so that we don't take too much of time. So after I selected that, just the same format, payments must be done before document upload. I've done that. The system already have calculated 750 for me. This time not 850 because written address is already there. That's what is just missing here. So I'll select proceed. So once I select proceed, I also have to go through to make payments, which I'll select make payments. Then still the same process, I'll click legal counsel, then debit card, then I'll click submit. As we said, as we explained, immediately we click for payment, like that, it takes us to the payment gateway, which is not our website, but we're integrated with them. So we enter our information. The reason why it's easy for me, because this is my system, I've seen some of my information. So I said over time, when you use your browser captures your information, makes it easy for you to use. So I'll click pay now. As I mentioned earlier, also this is a test environment, so I'm using a test card. So in the real-time environment, you have other options that you can use. It's not compulsory to use your debit card. So I'll click proceed. So once I click proceed, I'm just waiting for it to tell me successful. So after that, I have one more payment to make. That's for the internal pay for the cashier, seal, as we mentioned, to legal counsel, debit card, submit. So this will also take me to the payment gateway. And I have the option to either use my card or use other options, wallet, USSD transfer. So I click success here because it's a test link for me. So once I'm done with this, like I said, for every time you make your payment, you always have this active upload documents. And I said it should in case something happened here, because this is why we are mentioning this, is that the way you use the system might be different from the way I use. It depends on our knowledge of the system. And sometimes it might not even be, might be the network that you are using. You understand? The network might be so poor that when you come to this page, it just time you out and it locks you out. There is no cause for alarm. Once you have made your payment, you have made your payment. Once you get the success, like the system recognize the fact that you have finished with those stages, and you understand that the next stage for you to do is to do document up. So let's assume I miss this page. Missing this page means I was logged out. When I log in back, this is the first page I will see when I log in back. How do I go to where I should do my document up? The same thing I explained to us. Just come here. We can see document up. Okay? Can we see it? So we just click document up. So it brings me back to the same place where I should be. So if I click document upload after payment, this is where it will bring me to. So any which way, anyone that happens, so there's no cause for alarm. Whether there's internet, there's power, as long as you have made payment successful. I said we are always open to receive if you feel you have done what you should do and you are still not getting results, reach out to us and we'll get response. So this is the case. I only uploaded, checked for 2 document type, which is motion on notice and affidavit. That's why you see document count 2. So what am I explaining? I'll click upload document, and also the system will always present these options to me. So at any point in time, you have your flexibility to choose what makes sense to you, or the ones you are master, and it's very, very easy for you, so you can make your choice. So remember, we talked about the first 2. We want to talk about the third one right now, which is the template. So we can see I'll be using available template from GIS, creating related documents such as rate of summon, to citing example of document template that we have available. So once you select this, you click on proceed. So this time, remember for the first option, we had upload documents because we were dealing with documents that have already been made, converted into PDF. That's why we said upload. But this is document template now. These are not been converted into PDF. So what do we need to do for motion on notice? I'll click select templates. By clicking select template, I will have the opportunity to see various templates on the system. So this is for motion on notice. What do I need to do here? I need to do for motion on notice template. This is it. You can see. So what do? I select motion or notice template. So the system understands that, oh, filing motion or notice, and I want to use motion or notice templates. Secondly, affidavit in support. This is it. I will select it. So the moment I click submit, the system will now tell me, click proceed to prepare document using selected templates. Meaning that if I want to prepare the template instantly, I can click proceed. If I don't want to prepare it now, I'll do it later. Just the way I went to document upload. When I go to document upload, I'll still see the option to proceed. So if you want to do it now or want to do it later, it's your choice. I want to do it now, so I'll click proceed. So by clicking proceed, this is document templates that we are seeing right now. Motion or notice, we can see already the basic information that should be there that is needed to also help you simplify the process have been captured on the document template. That's why we say it's a template. You're not having all, because there's some information we cannot provide for you because we are not the one filing. We don't have those facts of the matter. But there are some fact of matter that we know that it's peculiar to everybody filing in Lagos State Judiciary. So that's why you see here already in the High Court of Lagos State. You always have vis-a-vis by default on your process. In the division is not specified there. Judicial division, you always have those defaults on your process. So what do? How do I enter the division? Since I'm filing to Ikeja, what do? I just type Ikeja. Immediately I type Ikeja, we can see Ikeja have settled two information that was blank before. Now we can see in the High Court of Lagos State, in the Ikeja Judicial Division, before it was no information was provided with division you were filing to. Also holding in what? Ikeja. You can see just by entering Ikeja in that division, it has solved two issues. The suit number also, you know the suit number of the case that you are filing to. If it is if it's a new process, remember you would have generated your reference number before you get to this place. So what do you enter here? You enter the reference number. If it's to an existing case that have gotten a permanent suit number already, what do here? You enter the permanent suit number. So any phases you find yourself, you know what to enter per time. I said this information is determined by you. The system only provides you with the privilege for you to enter this information. So I'm just going to assume a suit number here. That is still reference number I have. So I just assume this. So what do I do next? I've entered the suit number. We can see as I'm entering those information, it's appearing on the document instantly. I can see. So meaning that if you make a mistake, you can easily make, let's say, I want to type you can see. I can easily see it and information I need to enter. I need to enter the information about the claimant. So I'm going to assume a party here now. That's Mr. James Itwa. So once I enter the first claimant, I need to click add. You can see when I enter, it is still not visible on the document because the system understands that you have multiple claimants. So it's designed in a way that you have to account for each of those parties one after the other. So the only way it can be visible is when I click add. Immediately I click add, you can see I've numbered it number 1. So meaning that if I have more claimants, what do I do again? I just type Mr. Joel James. I have more claimants. It names it what? Number 2. This may be preparing my document. So for defendants, who am I filing against? As I said, all this information you have them is not, system is only providing you that privilege to enter them. So let's say I'm filing against Jude John. Okay. I'll click add, it becomes visible in the document. So also if I have more defendants, I'll keep on typing and click, I'll continue to click what add and it will appear on the document. After I'm done with that, it's asking me for introduction. Now I'll open a basic document which you can see. Now this is what is termed as your introduction. As I said, we try to simplify this so that you can, so this information here, which you probably have the correct information to input. So I'm going to assume, so I'm relying on this document that I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm required. I see that I'm preparing motion. I'm a lawyer. I know what it entails. I know the basic information that should be on that. So this is my introduction. I'm going to go back and just paste So if I'm peradventure, if I want to type, I can type it. That's if I know it often. If I don't know it often, if I'm copying from somewhere, I really open the document, copy and paste, and live read easy. After that, remember it's the motion of notice. You're expected to enter your date. Remember when we did document upload option 2, we had to click on timestamp. It appeared and we now take the instrument where we want to position. This one on the template already, it has been configured where it will be. So all you need to do is to just select this and select the correct date. You want to enter the date now. This is 13 today. Once I select the date, by default, it will appear on the document. We can see that I've settled the aspect of dates. So what information do I need to enter? Oh, my signature. I'm going to sign this emotional notice document. As I said already, you have uploaded your signature on your profile. So once you have uploaded it, you will see it here. And if you have not even uploaded it, you can see you still have the option to choose it because you would have either scanned it on your system and choose where the file is so that it can be visible here. So I'll just click on use signature. We can see instantly it's on the document template. Legal counsel contact information, that's your information. So you already have that information. For me, I'm relying on this document just for the sake of the training. So I'll just come here, I just copy. So I'll copy and paste. You can see immediately I copy and paste, the information is vivid on this. For service, the same thing also applies. Want to enter information for service of the defendant, copy your information. You also enter the information. Once I did that, you can see information is appearing where it should be, just as if you are working with your Microsoft documents. So also, we will now paragraph has to do with your motion prayers. Your motion prayers, and just as we have on the document, this is what is referred to your motion prayers. I believe you're all, this is your motion prayers. I said you are the professional here, you have the right information. You're only just guiding you on what the system provides you with on how to do about. So I can copy this, my first prayer. So I'll go back, I'll enter the information here. You can see it's still not visible, but because the system has been configured that you might have several prayers. Once I click, now we can see something happen there. There is number 1, because I copied. So the way you copy also, you must able also check, because by default, the system will number the prayers automatically. I can easily edit. It does not mean because you copy and paste, you cannot edit. So let's say you copy something that is wrong, and when you paste it here, you observe, oh, I need to correct. You can correct as well on this place. So once you do that, you click on add. You can see it appears, the system numbers it by itself, number 1. So I can go back, pick another prayer again. So go back to the application. I'll paste the same thing. I have to take copies of the fact that when I paste, it brings the number 2 with it. So I'll add. So I can assume I have added all my prayers. So if you have more prayers, this is how you keep on adding motion prayers. So after I've done my motion prayers, what is next for me to enter? Enter grounds upon which objection is based. Everything you see here is being prepared based on the fact of how your motion document is being prepared. I believe this is common to all motion document, Abby. So this is the grounds upon which, that's the heading. So this is the information we are looking for. So I'll just copy also. Come here, paste. By default, I need to take the numbering that. I'll click add. So you can see the system has been able to capture what it should capture on the document. I am here to apply my skill. I need that to upgrade. You see this because you have upgraded it already to your profile. It's part of your instrument on your profile. Just click on use it. When I click on use it, it will appear where we are positioned it to appear on the document template. So once I'm done with this is all that is expected. Okay, apart from so I'm here to enter the motion type. Motion on notice. So motion on notice for what? Is it for interlocutory? You can see what happened here. We have this flexibility because it's a template. See, when I typed initially, see, when I typed, you can see the point is closer to it, Abby. Just the way you use your Microsoft Word, I can easily go back and put a space. Do you understand? They see the same experience you use when you are doing your Microsoft Word. So I need for What's now? Extension of time. So remember also the enter the application law session. So this refers to this heading that you have here. That way refers to, so you copy and you come as well, paste it. Once you paste it, it appears on the document. So we can see that the motion document we have in Microsoft, we have been able to recreate it using the template, and you have done your bits. So what do you need to do here? And if you observe something, this is your cashier seal, the cashier seal that you are paid for. This is the cashier stamp. You can see it already appeared on your document because the system understands when it comes to document option 3, it is template driven. It is more controlled by the system, unlike the one that you have to upload your PDF file. The system cannot do it automatically on your PDF file because the way your PDF file will be differ. So if you tell the system, okay, in your PDF file, put this seal to the extreme left. If whether you have words on that extreme left, what will happen to that words? Will be clashing. That's why the internal user have to look at the document and put it where appropriate, where it's clear enough or visible enough. But for your template, it appears automatically on your document because you have made payments. So after I've done this, what do I do next? I'll click Save Document. Just the same process. Do you want to save this template? You'll not be able to amend. So if for any instances you feel you have not done, you observe any error, you can easily click No and go back. But if you feel it is correct, you click Yes. So once I am through with that, the system will tell you, remember the system understands motion or notice only needs to be initial. It does not need to be quoted. You understand? That's why it's giving you this information. So I'm done with that. So the next document for me to attend to is what? Remember, it's 2 documents are filed, motion or notice and affidavit in support. That's why it's your process, and you have to own your process. You have to understand what you are doing. I know that I'm filing, this is what I am filing. So it's easy for me. I don't need the computer to tell me I'm filing. No, I know what I'm filing. I know what I have selected. So I can easily navigate. So I know I still have one more document, which is affidavit in support. So for the affidavit in support, just as we mentioned, when it comes to any oath document, you cannot append your signature on it. The only thing you can do is to append your passport. So when I click Use Passport, passport appears on the affidavit. And remember, I believe we all know the reason why we cannot append signature. So use the signature. You can see, even when you attempt, because some people might still want to attempt. That's why when you attempt to use it, the system will give you this update, letting you know that, see the reason why you cannot apply your signature because of the oath law that says you must do this before the completion of the oath. So it's also reminding you that there will be a schedule for virtual, which we saw how it was done for document option upload 2, and now the scheduled date will appear, the Zoom link will appear, and questions have been asked, and the council join if they are not the deponents. That question have been answered. So it's still the same process. So once I'm done with this, so as at this level, since I've clicked, I've attempted, I could not, and I've added my passport, I need to click Save. Sorry, I've forgotten that I'm here to also enter the information for the affidavit in support. Remember, it's a document template. So I need to enter every basic information here. I'll start by entering the division, which is Ikeja. So I'm only assuming suit number here. When you are filing, you know the suit number you are filing with, you enter it. So I'm also assuming parties here. Just assuming parties. You know the right parties that you'll be using. If you have more than one, you can add. You can click and add again. So after adding this, I'll click Add also to ask me to enter affidavit in support type. What is the affidavit in support for? Motion or notice. So we can see how it is appearing on the document template. Mainly, I'm entering information. I see it's well captured. You say, tell me to enter the deponent name, which practically you have that information. So I said, just stick to what I've been using, Mr. Jude, James, the gender. You can change to, so I said the same flexibility you have on your Microsoft Word, you have it here also. So this time. Yeah, so address, need to enter an address for the deponent. So after I'm done with that, the required information I need to enter is now the prayers of the affidavit. So which I'll just get from this document. As I said already, you know the information you need to enter. So I'll just copy and paste them accordingly. Remember, I said when you are pasting, you have to take copies of the fact that I might bring the numbering from the Microsoft if you are copying from the Microsoft document. So once I click, I can see it's visible on the document. So I'll go for another prayer again. So I'll paste again. So for the sake of time, I'll just stop here. But we understand how it works. Keep on adding. You are the one that prepared the document, so you know what. So I've entered just so you can see they are all on the document and they are numbered. So what other information am I expected to enter here as a legal counsel? I've done all my parts. Every other information you see here, CFO initial, that means that's for the internal users. I've done my part. So what can I do next? I'll click on save documents. When I click save document, to give me that option to find me if I'm sure. I'll click on yes. Once I'm done with that, it will now tell me that wait for the CFO commission the document. So I'll click OK. So as at this level, as legal counsel, as I explained earlier, you have done your part. So the case will drop on the queue of the commissioner for books. They will see it. Once they see it, they will view the document you have uploaded to see if it's just like a final written address. If it's a final written address, it does not need a virtual. You just go ahead and initial your document, and what you see next is that you see your document already initial on your profile. But if it's a document that is being filed with anything related to oaths, either affidavit is support, further affidavits or counter affidavits, they will definitely schedule a virtual call. So once they schedule that virtual call, I mentioned earlier, the way you can confirm is when you click your O. You can see now I've been logged out. So this can happen to anybody. If you log out, it does not mean your information is gone. All you need to just to cancel and log in back to your profile. Enter your username and password. Once you are done with that, to display your home page for you. This is my home page. So what do I want? I'll click e-swearing. Remember, I've selected my thing. I'm not uploading documents. If I'm not uploading, then I'll select this. So I want to check the schedule to see what will happen if they have attended to my case. Now, this is the case I'm working on. This first one here, it always presents the recent one that you have worked on that you're expecting response from. So if the commissioner would have done the schedule, I will see the schedule date here, just the way we see for the previous one. I will see the Zoom link here. Also, as we said, the approval for you to append your signature will be done on the virtual call. Meaning while you're on the virtual call with them, you have access to your profile. Once they have verified what they want to verify, they tell you, oh, I've approved. You can go ahead to sign. Once you now then log into your profile, all you need to click is what I click, view document. Once you click that, you will see that the signature that I'll go to my next document now. So I can see affidavit in support. You can see permission granted for you to append signature. This would have been done on the virtual call. So I can now go ahead. The signature I could not append initially. Once I click use signature, you can see easily like that. And that was all that was remaining for this document because it's an oath document. After I'm done with this, I'll click on save and I'll click on yes. Once I click on that, the document drops back on the queue of the commissioner for oath. So the commissioner for oath will now then complete the process. Already they have verified the person who is deposing. All they need to do is just to initial and to oath that particular document. Once they are through with that, when you go back to your case documents, you can just click home, click case documents. Want to see the documents, what have they done to that document? That's if they have worked on it. Want to be able to see if you know the suit number. I want to check on the previous one we did. Okay, this is the first one we worked on when we did document upload option 2. So let's see if we have been able to work on it and see the information that we have. So I can click view document. So we can see this document. At the long run, the date will be there. This was not rightly done. I said, maybe the person who did it did not do it correctly. But definitely there will be a date here. That, you know, when they initial for you, it always comes with a date. So they also will append, as they append their initial, they will append the dates to it. That's for this particular document. So let's look for a document that has to do with affidavit. Let's see. This is a document that has to do with affidavit. So let's go to the next page. Let's see if they have been able to work on this one. So for this one, the person can also, like I said, this is a training thing. On the production, definitely the commissioner, I said they have been well trained, they will do their due diligence. But you can see here temporarily, you can see their skill or their stamp rather. You can see this is the way it will be, whereby your signature will have been done by you. The date also, they will put the date. And the cashier seal and the cashier stamp also will be visible on this particular document. So I'm going to wait for them to work on this last one we did so that we can see how it will look also at this. I'll wait for my colleague to read us while we take question. So question. Any question? No question? Okay, in the absence of no question, let me look if I have a sample of, okay, we can check for the virtual. So we can see this is a sample, this is another sample again. This is an affidavit in support. So the cashier seal, the cashier stamp will be on the document as long as the commissioner holds stamp also, and they will also date it. So this is just the way you have your document physically. When you approach them, the same work, as I said, you see the same set of people that is working, see the same commissioner for this time, they're only using technology to attend to you. So they understand the treatment of their responsibility. So that's just pretty much about the document option upload that we have. Talk about document upload option 1, 2, and 3. So, if you have any questions,
you can just log into your account, click on change documents, so you don't change documents are on the last one. When you click on change documents, that is good number, and all the documents, the documents will progress with our automatic updates, and you can change to 2021. So maybe that's a bit for
okay. So in the absence of no other questions, the last aspect that I want to train us on is the affidavit, the e-affidavit aspect. That one is very simple and straightforward. So I think we'll take just 5 to 10 minutes to just show you. So my colleague Ike will take over. That's why he shows you how the e-affidavit works. Thank you very much.
All right, so thank you. I hope we enjoyed the session. Okay. All right, so we'll be looking at e-affidavit. E-affidavit, right? And by e-affidavit, we mean electronic affidavit. People who are people who want to swear to affidavit. Ordinary affidavit, like say, affidavit for change of name, confirmation of names, rearrangement of names, loss of driver's license, and the likes. All right, so
Okay, so we need to mention also that the fact that if you are a legal counsel or you already have an e-filing account, automatically, okay, if you're an e-file, if you are a counsel and you already have an account, right? Automatically, the feature for e-affidavit is already on your profile. So right, so what is now? I'll be showing you how, even if you're not a legal counsel, you're just a non-legal counsel, like you are preparing an affidavit, right, by yourself. And then if you're an agent, I mean, you're doing affidavits for people. I understand that, I mean, because who would like to be preparing affidavits for people, you can create an account for yourself, right? And then you can assist people to prepare affidavits. So it's very important that we note that. All right, so once you've logged in, we've logged onto the website, right? We on mouse over on this e-affidavit processing. You can see we have signed into e-affidavit, we have login, then we have affidavit verification. My colleague mentioned earlier that the agencies who want to verify the affidavits, when you do prepare e-affidavits, the agencies can confirm. They do not necessarily need to write to the judiciary to confirm the authenticity of the affidavit. What they just need to do is go to the website, right? They can confirm the affidavit by scanning the QR code. I mean, they have their ways to that. So, but let's just quickly just go right into what we have. Like I already mentioned, you can create an account, right? You can create an account for e-affidavit. If you're not a legal counsel, you can create it. But as a customer or someone who is not a legal counsel, I already created an account, so and I'll just go right in and quickly log into my account, right? Okay, so I'm logging in now. I just logged into the account. So when you log in, this is what you will see. You'll see this interface, right? And because I want to prepare a new affidavit, so what I will just do is click on new affidavit, new affidavit. When you click on new affidavit, you'll be presented with, different kinds of affidavit templates. You can see change of name, confirmation of bachelorship, contractual registration, correction of names, and then correction of name of BMN, loss of driver's license. And by the time you scroll down here, you can see that there are so many of them. And then it's also pertinent to mention that if the affidavit that you want, right, the kind of affidavit that you want to prepare is not listed here, you can click on the general affidavit, right? And you will have the option to, state the title of the affidavit. You fill the form. For the purpose of this training, you click on change of name affidavit. Okay, so when you click on that, automatically you will be presented with this. Please confirm if you selected the correct template. So you have the option to, check if you selected the correct one. Perhaps you wanted to do for loss of driver's license, and you mistakenly click on change of name, right? You can just decline and go and select the correct one. So I just click on yes. And then of course you have to make payment first before you go on to prepare the affidavit. For the purpose of this training, we'll be using a test card, right? So we just click on success and then of course, from the profile that you'll be working on, what you would see is automatically it takes you to the payment gateway where you can pay with your debit card, right? If you have your ATM card, you can pay. There's option of transfer, bank transfer, there's option of USSD, right? There are different options that you can use to pay. So I just click on OK. So I made my payment. Automatically, that brings me to affidavit template or change of name. Just give it some time to load. The template is coming up. All right, so this is a so what we just needed to do was to refresh the network. Sometimes, if you're working with a poor network, it may take some time for the page to load. All right, so we just go right ahead to enter the division. From here, while we're filling this, you can see that we can preview on the page by the left. You can say John Doe. Gender is male. Religion, Christian. Occupation, you can say pastor. You scroll down. You can enter address and say to Stephen Street, Ikeja, Lagos. Okay, so we cannot append signature yet. You will see that if I try to click on the select signature, deponent signature option, see, wait for the CFO to authorize, appending the signature on the document. The approval will be granted during the scheduled trial because there's going to be a Zoom call, right? So the commissioner will need to interface with the deponent before he can commission his document. So the commissioner will give this permission, right? So we are not going to append, we are not able to append signature yet. So you can scroll down, select passport. We can actually upload passport here. Let's say the passport is saved on your local disk. You can So we are trying to select a passport, trying to. All right, so we're trying to upload passports. Just give me some time. All right, so we can see on the preview by the left, you can see the passport, right? Displayed here. We'll just quickly need to go right ahead and enter the details again. Ikeja. Mail. This, like I said, we can't open signature yet until we are permitted by the commissioner for it. You can say and the new name is done. All right, so we can now write a save document, but it is important to check that the details we entered are correct before we save document. All right, so just quickly see. Are you sure you want to save this document? You will not be able to append after the commissioner has worked on it. Say yes. All right, so immediately after this, automatically this goes to commissioner for so the commissioner for sees this and tries to schedule a Zoom call, right? By the time the Zoom call is scheduled, you see the Zoom link here, right? So we just give some time commissioner for to schedule, and of course, and also permit us to append signature. All right, so while we are waiting for my colleague to help out with that, if we have questions, if there are questions from the online participants, we can probably take one or two, or we can take questions here. While we wait for my colleague to take care of that. Do you have any questions here? All right, so we click on view. The commissioner for oath already granted permission. You can see from your permission granted for you to append your signature. So, after the commissioner for oath. So what we'll do is click on use this. You can automatically our signature, displayed here, right? So we can now, of course, go right ahead to click on save document. So I have to enter the new name again. Click save document. Are you sure you want to save this template? Yes. Document saved successfully. Wait for the commissioner for the CFO to commission your document. So you can see that the Zoom link, the commissioner for what already scheduled us for the Zoom link, right? So what the difference to do is just to click on this Zoom. Once you click on Zoom link, it automatically routes you to the Zoom call because the commissioner for what will automatically be waiting. Yeah, so, and once the session has held, because the commissioner for oath would want to confirm that the deponent, right, is the one depositing to this affidavit before he can commission. So once there's the back and forth from the commissioner for oath and the deponent, the commissioner for oath can end the call and of course endorse the document. And by the time we click on view here, you will see that the commissioner for oath had endorsed the document. You can see the initial, you can see the timestamp, and the date stamp. By the time you scroll down, you can see seal, you can see the commissioner for oath stamp here. Can you see? And then you can also see the cashier stamp here. So this affidavit is good and ready. Do we have any questions?
Okay. As we don't have any questions, as we round up, you have a question? As we close on this, for the verification of each document, as we mentioned, the peculiarity that we have on the documents is the fact that we have QR codes on them now. Either you are filing a case-related matter or affidavit. So how do people who want to verify this? So for those who have a phone, I think you can just scan the barcode, take it to an interface,
whereby default the suit number called the barcode, suit number will be displayed there. Once it's displayed, now tell them to click on verification. So I'm going to display this on, I'm going to copy this for each affidavit. If we also observe, each affidavit, they have their affidavit ID number, just the way we have our case related matters. So I'm going to click this, so I'm going to verify. So this is the affidavit ID number, is it? So if I want to verify this without using the QR code, I'll definitely log out of this, go back to the home page. So basically, people who did not use the affidavit and wants to verify that government or other parastatal want to be sure they have submitted the right document. So you can see where we have e-affidavit processes, apart from the signing for non-lawyers that want to create profile, so we have affidavit verification for icons. So we just click this. By clicking this, brings you to the interface form. So what is either enter your, that means case related matter, or if it is general affidavit. General affidavit is your regular change of name, change of declaration of age. So once I click search here, the system will give me results, tell me document reference found. Now tell you that to view, you have to pay. Don't worry, the amount you see here is not the amount for somebody reason, but definitely anybody doing it will be paying for it. So the official fee, that is what I will be implemented here. Just to let you, so let's say, so if I click pay to access, ask for me for basic information, I'll provide, tell me to click pay now. So once I click pay now, take me to the payment gateway so I can make my payment. So once I'm done with the payment, the affidavit that somebody else filed that I want to verify appears, you can see. So the same thing you can do. First, you can go ahead to click print if you want to have a copy of it, or you just want to download a soft copy. So when you click print, you can either select your printer, or if you want to save to PDF. Technology is sweet, so you can save this to PDF. It means it becomes a soft copy on your system. So once you click print, the system will definitely ask you where you want to save it on your computer. So you can title it what you want to title, affidavit. So you can choose where you want to save it. I save it to my pictures, then I click save. Once I click save, if I go to my pictures, I have access to the soft copy, what I paid for. Use it. And as you open it, it's a PDF file already. So you can see. The reason why we are seeing black and white is that when I click print, I did not change it to color. That's my system, that's configuration, not from the application. So that's all we have to say and train on. Talked about the document upload options we have from 1 to 3. So we now see the options that we have. We also understand that now we have to make payment first before we document upload. We also see the advantages that we see to be paying our document, how we can simplify these processes by ourselves. Most of these are within our spaces. It's not even visually on the application. And also we saw that we can now file an electronic affidavit also, when it's the general affidavit, meaning if you have a client. So you can, as a legal counsel, if you want to file from your profile, you can easily, you don't need to create a profile again to file general affidavit. You have that privilege on your profile already. All you need to do is to click e-swearing, and you see the tab to click for you to file general affidavit. Or if you have other people that want to file and they are not legal counsel and they want to do it by themselves, that's the essence. They will just go and create their profile. The requirement is not much. After they create, they will use the application, make their payments, and this is the final product of all. So in the case of no question, I'm going to hand over to the NBA coordinator for today's training. Thank you very much for your time. We appreciate your time. Thank you so much. Next.
This particular training is going to be one I understand because I was distracted on the joining one to look out for the training on the Ikeja website or on YouTube. It's something we will need in our practice. Thank you for attending this training and have a good day.
that paper. That paper will not. Give me that paper. Are you okay? Okay.